Hello, Middlers. Here's what to expect on this week's Meet in the Middle podcast.
How would you react if you had an uninvited neighbour waltz in like they were on the guest list?
Hold on. She has a key.
I know.
And let her... no.
I know that's not normal.
You tell her to get the out of my house.
Don't get your P's and Q's mixed up on Danny's new quiz.
I'd like to welcome you all to... Danny's Alphabet Challenge. Oh, it's a good one. So give it a listen, subscribe, give us 5 stars.
Oh, Jesus, he's falling around the gap.
Do you think I'd come up the line in a bubble?
I know where I'm putting Debbie's sauce.
Hang on, can I submit my confession?
Welcome back to Meet in the Middle, the podcast where Irish and British banter collide, bringing you chaotic laughs, bizarre confessions, and a whole lot of questionable life advice. You're with me, Rachel, from Belfast, the one who loves the crack, and not just the one between your cheeks. You've got James from Dublin.
Hello.
James claims he's a poet, but after 3 pints, even his rhymes start to sound like emergency instructions. And we have Jake from Nottingham.
Hello.
Jake's idea of fine dining is a kebab at 2 a.m. and somehow he's still convinced he's a food critic. And last but not least, we have Danny from Hastings.
Hello.
Danny's the kind of guy who gets lost in his own hometown, then asks directions from a seagull. Well, how are we all? You okay?
Yeah, doing good.
Doing good. Yeah.
How are you?
Good, good. Last week was good, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
It was. I've been practicing my my blowing.
Oh, have you? Are you
Have you
entering
booked
next year?
flights to Germany?
Of the horn. Don't knock your teeth out, Danny, now.
Well,
Yeah.
get it right about that.
Jake's been practicing on his new AI app with Pamela Anderson photos on him.
Yeah.
Christ.
Those videos are going elsewhere.
For your
And
eyes
James fell
only.
asleep with his cock in his hand and his nan tapping him on the shoulder.
Oh,
That's not-
dear.
That is not an image I wanted.
No.
Time of recording. Thanks.
Oh dear.
Oh, well, let's get on with the show.
That's
This week on Have You Heard? I've got a tale of a well-travelled pussy.
oh okay.
And I think you better get your minds out of the gutter because I'm not on about that pussy. I'm on about a pussycat.
Obviously.
Yeah.
You won't be talking about binge.
No. But this is a pussycat down under.
Oh
Right? Okay.
So there was this cat. I was about to say something else then. That had been travelling. They'd gone on a one-way flight from between New Zealand and Australia, and the cat was called Mittens. So what happened is they were booked on this plane and they were put in the cargo hold. The owner got off and realised the cat was not there, and the cat had stayed on the plane.
You
Yeah.
forgot your pussy.
So obviously there's like concern because this cat is in this hold, and it turns
Yeah.
out the cat was in the hold for 24 hours.
That's really bad.
Yeah. So what had happened is the luggage handlers had put the cage behind something else, and it was out of view. And so they saw it as an oversight, and they didn't get the cat off.
Mm-mm.
But the pilot did find out mid-flight, and obviously they had to do what they could and managed to put the heating on in the hold to keep the cat warm and comfortable. But when they landed back in Christchurch, you'd be pleased to know the cat was all healthy and happy.
Thank
Oh,
the Lord.
good.
See, this is why I will not put my animals in the hold. Because you hear of these horror stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So-
always thought that the hold was. I always wondered how animals survive down there because I thought it was like minus 10 degrees temperature down there in the hold.
Mhm. Well, they have a separate area where they're meant to put like
Okay.
animals if they're flying. But by the sounds of it, that isn't what happened because it was hidden behind something else. And then they had to turn the heating on. when they realised, I would sue.
Well,
Yeah.
You've gone
Not having
international
it.
with animals before, haven't you, Danny?
I have, but they flew in the cabin with me. I couldn't fly into London with them, so I had to fly to Paris. So I flew from Houston to Paris, and I could have them in the cabin. And then I obviously had to get a taxi from Paris to London because you can't take them on the Eurostar or anything like that. But that was
No
the
way.
only way I could have them in the cabin with me, because I was definitely not going to have them under there where I couldn't see them and they potentially could die.
And
Because,
what's
let's
the
face it,
process? Because I always thought that they had to be in isolation for like 6 weeks before they could be sent abroad.
Well, they've kind of relaxed it a little bit, but this was just after COVID. So when COVID happened, like, you couldn't fly animals at all. But they have kind of relaxed it. I just had to have all the paperwork in place. In America, you have to have it has to go to like a specialist department who have to physically stamp the document. And then when you get into London or wherever, or at the border, they'll check it or make sure they haven't got like rabies and all of that stuff. So as long as you've got all the paperwork done, they've had all their injections and everything's in order, you're good to go. So I didn't have any quarantine for my dogs. I literally was just checked at the border, 15 minutes, and then I was straight off.
That's
we know
really
what
good.
we're doing next time. What was it? Can you remember that one that we had on Have You Heard, where it was the dog-specific airline?
Yeah,
it
it was a
15
paw.
grand.
Oh, yeah.
Something, yeah.
Paw Airways or something like that.
I'm glad that cat's okay, because that would have been one stressed pussy, and nobody wants that.
Well, someone wasn't doing their job.
See?
Oh, Jesus.
Whoa!
That's an angry one.
Someone wasn't doing their job, though. Like, because obviously it was found behind wherever.
It's terrible.
Behind a wheelchair that was stowed. But you'd have thought that they'd have cleared the plane. But obviously, if it was a connecting flight or anything like that, then, but still, no excuses. But they did say that Air New Zealand did apologise for the incident and refunded all costs associated. And they also stated that they're going to work with their ground staff more so it doesn't happen again.
Okay, well, that's good.
I have got some other stories of well-travelled animals and people, actually, for animals. So we've got Rowdy the cat. In 2022, a 4-year-old cat named Rowdy spent 3 weeks on the run inside Boston's Logan International Airport after escaping from a cage in pursuit of some birds.
No.
She evaded airport staff and airline employees and animal experts before being safely captured and reunited with her owners. That's got a Disney Pixar film written all over it. That has.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah, and this is actually a clever name for a cat. Rainbow. So RAYNEBEAU, the cat. In 2024, it went missing during a couple's trip to Yellowstone National Park.
I bet they're gays.
How do you know? How do you know, Danny? How do you know?
Rainbow. It's just gays. It's got gays written all over it.
So this cat went missing for 2 months. So 2 months later, he was found nearly 900 miles away in Roseville, California.
Wow.
But thanks to his microchip, and they were reunited with his owners. That's
900 miles.
Yeah, especially through Yellowstone National Park when you think there's all those bears and
wild animals. Yeah.
Why are all of these cats reminding me of different Tom Hanks movies? So we had The Terminal a minute ago, and now we've got Forrest Gump that ran halfway across fucking America.
Wasn't that Homeward Bound? Can you remember Homeward Bound?
No.
The dogs and the cats. Was it dogs and cats?
Yeah, Sassy the cat.
Oh, that's a.
She was my favourite. That's Sally Field played that one.
I think we're showing our age, Danny.
I love it. I love Homeward Bound. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it.
There's about 3 of them, weren't they? And then the final one, I don't know if any of you remembered Mao Deng, the pygmy hippo.
Oh, of course I bloody don't.
No.
So. We do. The little hippo, the little baby one.
The micro one.
Yeah. So in 2024, a New Yorker named Molly Swindle travelled extensively to Thailand to see Mao Deng, a baby pygmy hippo she fell in love with online. She documented her journey on TikTok, highlighting her dedication to meeting the well-travelled animal. So so that's a fan travelling all that way just to see a hippo.
Yeah, silly cow.
Would you travel for an animal?
Would I travel for an animal?
Yeah, to see an animal, or
Not travel.
Only if it was my own.
Well, I've gone off to Nottingham to see you a few times, Jake.
Oh my god.
Thank you, thanks. It was coming, wasn't it? Yeah, but no, I thought that was quite a nice happy ending for a story where the cat went on a long distance journey, a well-travelled pussy. I thought I'd get you with that to begin with, lead you down the wrong path, and it clearly happened. If you've got any stories you want to share with us, any crazy, bizarre news stories that you want us to discuss on a future episode of Meet in the Middle, you can DM us at podcast.meetinthemiddle, or you can email us at meet@inthemiddlepodcast.co.uk.
Welcome back to Agony Aunt, the segment where we tackle life's messiest moments with a healthy dose of humour and a sprinkle of wisdom. Whether you're tangled in a love triangle or just trying to figure out how to adult without completely falling apart, we got you, and we're here to discuss and help if we can.
Well, we'll try.
Yeah, we'll try.
No guarantees.
I don't know if we're going to give the best advice.
Oh, have you seen any stories this week? Did anything happen to you? You guys?
No.
Anything weird? Strange?
No, but I'm hoping you've got some.
Well, the only thing that's strange for me is for the last 4 days at exactly 1:11 or 11:11, which is like angel numbers, I've literally looked at my phone.
Oh,
it's so weird. I swear to God, it's a sign. Something's
Most
looking
people,
over me.
I think the angel numbers are when it's just like the same number repeated, like 11:11 or 12:12. But for me, I always check and always see the time at 1:11. It's always 1:11 for me.
It's so weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it must be the
mine
time I
has
want to
started to go 11:11, but mine's normally 1, 2, 3, 4, like 12:34 all the time. But it's changed
might
to like
be-
1:11.
Whenever I see it, that's just when I'm getting hungry and just checking what time dinner is.
Starvo.
Yeah.
Stop.
Is it too early to have my sandwich at 11:11? No, I'll wait till 12:34. And then I've missed it and it's 1:11 again.
Well, I do have a few stories this week that some of our lovely listeners have wrote in. So yeah, let's go for the first one. Dear Agony Aunt Rachel, I recently had a dinner party for some friends. It was supposed to be a small, intimate gathering, but my neighbour, who I don't know very well, showed up uninvited. I didn't even hear the doorbell ring. Apparently, she had a key to my place because she thought she heard a party happening. She just walked in, made herself at home, and started eating my food. Like she had been she'd been on the guest list from the beginning. The worst part, she didn't leave until I ran out of wine. I'm honestly afraid to confront her because I don't want to seem rude. How do I handle this delicate situation without causing an awkward neighbourhood showdown?
Go over and eat her out of house at home.
Yeah.
You tell her to get the fuck out of my house.
Is this the same person that wrote in last week that had the tea bags that went missing?
Say, I don't know.
Because someone nicking some food around here.
I know.
Hold on. She has a key.
I know.
And let her no.
I know that's not normal.
And I bet she gave her that key in the event of our case of emergency where she got locked out herself. You leave a key in with your neighbour. Yeah, just for emergencies. Not to go in and start nicking the fucking digestive biscuits and wine.
No, I would have been like, get out.
No.
Yeah.
First of all, party crasher.
Yeah.
As well.
Breaking and entering is what was. Well, I guess it's not breaking and entering, but just letting yourself in. No.
It's trespassing.
No.
Maybe she thought it was her lucky day. Free food and wine, eh?
Bitch.
But then you got the awkward conversation of saying, can I have my key back, please?
Yeah.
But why did you give the key in the first place?
Well, did she give the key? Because it didn't sound like she did.
Unless, like I said, it was in case of emergency or the neighbour gets locked out. You leave a spare key with your neighbour so you can get back in.
I'll be taking that key right back.
Well, maybe have a no-key dinner policy then. If whenever she has dinner party policy. So whenever she has parties, you take the key back off.
No, so what is wrong with you just need to get some bloody courage in you to say, excuse me, but I know you're my neighbour and all that, but This is a private party and you're not invited. So can you give me the key back and get the fuck out?
Yeah.
And you can leave that glass of wine because it's not yours. It's for my guests.
I know. Honestly.
No.
Well,
I'd be fuming.
Just hide the good stuff. Leave the cheap stuff outside.
Absolutely fuming.
Yeah.
Fuming. Give me my key back. Right, I've got another one. So this is to do with a pet. Funny we're on those topics.
Yeah.
Dear Agony Aunt Rachel, I have a dilemma. I recently signed my dog up for a pet fashion show at my local pet store.
Ooh, I like it.
I thought it would be adorable, but here's the problem. My dog is absolutely terrified of wearing clothes.
Why sign him up?
Okay, this ain't gonna work.
The moment I put the little tutu on him, he started shaking like a leaf. He flat out refused to walk, and when I tried to take a picture, he just sat there with his head down, like he was plotting to kill me. You know, like when they give this stare.
Yes.
To make matters worse, I ended up carrying him the entire way through the show like a tiny, disgruntled princess. Is there a way I can save my dignity here?
What about your dog's fucking dignity? Put him in a tutu. Have you ever stopped for a moment and maybe consider the fact that it's not the clothes he's opposed to, it's the atrocious outfits you're putting him in?
The poor dog,
His ancestors are looking down on him for thousands of years and seeing him in a tutu, and they're out there hunting.
I can hold my hands up and say guilty because I do put clothes on my dogs. Taco hates it, so it resonates with me. The person that's written in, Belle doesn't care, but Taco hates wearing clothes. Just will sit there and not move.
Yeah.
Do you know what I do love though? I love seeing videos, or I think I've done it before. My nanny's dog, she literally has a whole wardrobe herself. But do you ever see that when you put dogs in little boots and the way they just lift their paws up and down like a complete foreign object is attached to them now and they can't get it off?
Have you seen the little outfits where they look like they're actual, they're humans?
Yeah,
say we
like Yoda.
Yeah. And Yoda. I dressed Jack up once as Yoda for Halloween, and he literally sat he absolutely hated me.
Yeah, it's bad enough because I've got a rain jacket for Baxter because when it's obviously raining, he gets wet underneath on his belly, and he absolutely hates it. He just stands there and he literally lifts his leg up as if he's threatening to pee everywhere.
God.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's time to put the tutu away and just don't do that again.
Yeah. If the dog don't like it, then don't put
do
it
it.
through it.
Say toodaloo to the tutu.
Toodaloo.
Or maybe just try and take the pictures at home. Even if they don't like it, you just get a picture. But don't go and show yourself up and show the dog up at a fashion show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not every dog is meant for a runway.
No.
Poor little dog.
Tutus aren't meant for a runway.
No.
They're not.
That's this week's fashion advice from James.
Toodaloo to the tutu.
Toodaloo.
I have one more because I'm going to spoil you this week.
Ooh.
Okay, we've got 3. So, dear Agony Aunt, I live with my roommate and I'm starting to think there's a sock thief in the house. Every time I do the laundry, I lose exactly 1 sock from each pair. I've checked everywhere, under the bed, behind the laundry basket, and even in the fridge. Don't ask. But they're just gone. My roommate denies all involvement, but I have a sneaky suspicion that he's using them as some sort of bizarre fashion statement. Should I confront him, or should I accept my new life as the owner of the mismatched socks?
I would check
under the bed.
I would check under his bed because I think he might be using it for something else.
Well, they did say that under the bed, but
And
and
if you
even
can
in the
crack
fridge.
If you can crack them in half, you know exactly what's happening with them.
It's not really bad detergent.
Oh God!
It's not definitely not starch.
No.
But you know what? I do have that problem as well. I
Cracking your socks in half.
No. I put the socks in the wash, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
why have I got all these odd pairs of socks?
Mm-hmm.
And there's one missing, and no, they're not under my bed.
But there's a legitimate thing about that where socks do actually get tangled in the washing drum, don't they?
Yeah. Do they?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like they're big enough.
Why check the drum though?
No, but they go up around the back of the drum.
Oh,
how the hell do they do that?
They go up and around the
the
back
Great
of the drum.
Escape.
Jeez. God, you'll be getting the maintenance to
that.
your washing machine every bloody week, Will.
Yeah. Although I do have a sock thief here. Just
Oh.
whenever I'm doing like the dirty washing and I drop a sock, Baxter will just grab it and run and go. I think he might. Do you know what? I think he did that when you came over, James, didn't he? He grabbed one of your socks and just started running around with it.
Oh,
He's,
bless.
he's half rodent.
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
Bless
He's
him.
down there chewing something now.
Yeah, confront your roommate. I think they may be under his bed.
Yeah.
Or maybe try and do your washing separately.
Yeah. Or get a little bag that you can just put like the socks in, all the socks, and then they won't go array or lost in another item of clothing. They'll all be in that one bag.
Even a pillowcase.
Hold them.
There we go.
Yeah.
Pillowcase.
Yeah. I always roll mine up. So pair them when I put them in the wash bin, pair them up, and then in the wash bin.
They're not
Yeah,
getting
but then
fully
they're not
washed,
getting
then.
fully washed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you unpair them when you put them in the washing machine.
No, I don't think the issue. I think the issue is losing them after you wash them. Like I'm sure they go in together. Like mine go in together, but I'll pull one out then.
Yeah, mine get caught up in like another bit of clothes, like in the arm,
down the sleeve. Yeah.
and then you're like, oh, that's where it was.
I did have it where. I was just going to say I did have it where I went out. I didn't realise. Quickly put some jeans on. Went out and the sock was. These were the days of skinny jeans. I had a sock in my trouser leg on a night out, and I pulled it out.
Yeah,
You had it in your crutch area. You were trying to
stuff in your skinny jeans.
Boy.
Boy.
No, it was just in my trouser leg.
Well, all of those entries were sent via email, so please keep them coming to meet@inthemiddlepodcast.co.uk, and you can also DM us via our Instagram as well. Thank you.
Yep, it's that time again. It's time for...
What the fuck?
That's right, where we uncover the truth behind life's most puzzling questions. But the answer is more elusive than you think. Because, of course, I like to throw in some bullshit answers to put you off. But your job is simple. Give me the correct answer. Are you ready to play?
What the fuck?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Right,
Go for it.
here we go.
Can't wait.
What is a mutton shunter? What is a mutton shunter? Is it A, a nickname for a device used for tickling the minge?
Christ almighty. Tomorrow.
Is it B, a nickname for a young boy who would chop meat? Is it C, a nickname used for police officers? Or is it D, a nickname for a stick used to beat accused witches?
Ooh.
A mutton shunter. Is it a device used for tickling the minge? A young boy who would chop meat? A nickname used for police officers? Or a stick used to beat accused witches? A, B, C, or D, please.
Well, mutton isn't that? It's like a. It's is it a sheep or a lamb?
isn't it?
Yeah.
Like mutton dressed as lamb is a saying, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But a mutton shunter.
I'm going to go with the boy.
Yeah.
Cutting up meat.
Okay, so you're going to go with B.
Same.
What about... Okay, Jake's going for B. Rachel, what are you going for? Is it a device used for tickling the minge?
No, I don't think so. I haven't heard of one of them, you know.
Are you going to go with James and Jake, which is a young boy who would chop meat? Is it C, a nickname used for police officers, or D, a nickname for a stick that was used to beat accused witches?
Oh, actually.
Oh, I might go with the witches.
Okay, you're going to go with D? Jake, you're a bit unsure.
Yeah, I'm getting splinters here.
Hmm.
You're getting splinters?
Yeah, sitting on
Why are
the
you
bench.
sitting on the bench? Oh, splinter arse.
Yeah.
You get piles?
Yeah. I'm gonna stick with the butcher's one. The cutting
Okay,
meat.
the young boy who would chop meat. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope you're all playing along, listening as well. So, a mutton shunter. Was it A, a device used for tickling the minge? No, it was not. I made that one up. Was it D, a nickname for a stick used to beat accused witches? No, it was not. Again, I made that one up because I can. Was it B, a nickname for a young boy who would chop meat? No, it was not.
The police officer going to pick that one?
C, a nickname used for police officers in the Victorian era.
Oh, makes sense.
I was going to pick that.
Let me tell you all about it. So, the Victorian era wasn't just a time of corsets, top hats, and strict societal rules. It was also a time of vibrant and constantly evolving slang. So, the Victorian era has some of the most innovative slang of any point in linguistic history, with many words and phrases that simply don't make sense to our ears until you learn what some of them mean. So, although out of use today, we don't really use them, some are still very apt descriptors of people, situations, and things that we encounter in the modern age. So why were policemen called mutton shunters? Well, apparently during the Victorian age there was a lot of prostitution going on, especially in Victorian London, and because many of the ladies were hardly youngsters, they were known as mutton. So the old saying, which Rachel said, mutton dressed as lamb, meaning an older person trying to make themselves look a lot younger. And the police were forever moving on the ladies of the night, hence shunting. And so they became known as mutton shunters. There are actually like hundreds, no, actually probably thousands of sayings from the Victorian era that are never used today. And I was fascinated actually because I was reading through a whole dictionary that I can't remember his name, J. Ware, I think it is, who in the 1900s had written this dictionary of all these different Victorian slang terms. It was just funny looking at them, but I found a few others, and I thought we could just have a little listen of what they are. So one of them was windy wallets. Does anyone know what a windy wallet?
Somebody who's broke.
It's actually someone who talks too much.
Oh, okay.
A windy
Listen
wallet?
to you windy wallet. What about puck fist? Oh, do you know what? I am so puck fist.
Starving?
Knackered.
Hungry?
Not hungry, it's thirsty.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, God, I'm so puck fist. What about totty one lung?
Totty one lung.
Oh, listen to that. Totty one lung.
Somebody who talks a load of shy.
It's not. It's actually an asthmatic person with a high opinion of themselves.
Oh my God, Brendan.
What about a scurry funge?
A scurry fun?
Oh, I've got to be... No, people are coming over. I've got a scurry funge.
Tidy up.
Headache.
Quick
Get ready.
It is. Tidy the house quickly when someone calls.
Okay.
Yeah, scurry funge. I think we still kind of use this one when describing somebody. Snaggletooth.
No.
Somebody who's like one tooth blown with the wind.
Well, they don't have any teeth.
It's basically a low-class woman with bad teeth. Oh, shut up, you snaggletooth. You snaggletooth bitch.
Would be able to eat an apple through a tennis racket, that type.
Jesus.
All right, what about a shant of bivvy? Oh, I could murder a shant of bivvy
Is that a
right
beer?
now. It is. It's a glass of beer.
A shant, like a shandy?
Yeah. A shant of bivvy. All right, what about a popsy wopsy?
Ice pop.
Oh,
Look at her.
you wouldn't
She's
have
a bit popsy wopsy.
a bit.
She's drunk?
Ditzy.
No.
Beautiful.
It's a pretty doll-like girl. Beautiful.
Yeah. Popsy Wopsy.
Popsy Wopsy.
And what about belly washer? Oh, I really want to give you a belly washer.
Oh.
Do you fancy a belly washer?
Oh. Is that in a sexual way?
Is it? No, it can't be, can it?
A wee bit of loving?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
It's not the same as belly
It's
boxing, is it?
No, it's a lemonade.
Belly washer. Oh.
Or an aerated water, like a fizzy water.
Yeah,
Kind
that's
of
all
like a
full
palate
there.
cleanser.
I know.
Wee belly washer. Oh.
Oh, yeah, I could murder a belly washer. Do you want a belly washer? So, yeah, they were just some of the other ones that I found. But, I mean, there are a lot ruder ones as well. But I might come back to them, so I didn't want to give them all away. So I gave you a little flavour. But, yes, there we go. A mutton shunter was a nickname for policemen in the Victorian age. You learned something new with me, Danny, in my section called...
What the fuck?
And would you believe it? Look, it's me again. So it's time for the quiz. Now, I thought, do you know what? James has his top 10 takedown.
I do.
Yeah. And I thought, well, hang on a minute. I want something. I want my own little thing. So I'd like to welcome you all to Danny's Alphabet Challenge.
Danny's what?
Alphabet Challenge.
You
Let's
what?
hear it again. Here it is. Here's
Danny's Alphabet Challenge.
That's brilliant.
Welcome to Danny's Alphabet Challenge. It's the fast-paced quiz where every answer starts with the right letter. Each round, you're going to face a series of tricky questions, but there's a catch. The answers must begin with a specific letter of the alphabet because we are playing
Danny's Alphabet Challenge.
So you're going to have to think fast, stay sharp, and alphabet your way to victory. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm ready.
All right. Well, let's play
Danny's Alphabet Challenge.
I don't know why it reminds me of a window cleaning advert or something.
It reminds me of something like Balamory or something, you know.
What's the story in Balamory?
Something like jingly. Kids TV or something.
That's right, because it's the alphabet challenge. So I had to make it a bit, jingly, kiddie, whatever. Right. So before we can obviously start, I need to hear your buzzers. So let's start with ladies first. Rachel, what's your buzzer? Oh, okay. Got something wrong with your jaw there.
I didn't know you spoke Wosa.
All right. All right. Well, I'll listen out for that. Might be a little bit hard to hear, but we'll see. Jake, what is your buzzer?
Oh.
Oh,
Love you.
yeah. Is that what it's from?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Back in the day when
Very
we used to
good.
text on Excel spreadsheets.
That's right. Yeah. And James, let's hear yours. Oh,
Jeez.
okay. He's at the rodeo. All right. All right. Here we go then with question number 1.
Sorry, what are we playing, Danny?
We are playing.
Danny's Alphabet Challenge.
It's a. Oh, it's-
All right. Question number 1. What M is the river that that runs through the city of Memphis, Tennessee? That is Jake.
Is it the Mississippi?
Correct. It is the Mississippi. Jake gets 1 point.
I should have got that with my
Mine.
buzzer. Kind of correlates.
Yeah, you should have done.
But you
But
didn't.
maybe you'll get the second answer as we play.
Danny's Alphabet Challenge.
Question number 2. What I is used to describe a stupid person or someone with a low intelligence? That was Jake.
Idiot.
is the correct answer. Jake.
Danny's alphabet challenge. Jake.
Jake, you are there with 2 points. You're doing good as we play
Danny's alphabet challenge.
Come on, guys. You've got to catch him up. He's doing really good at this. Right. Question number 3. What N goes before the words sack, bush, and Ella? I think that was Rachel.
Zach, Bush, and Ella.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of like, oh no, I was thinking of like nuts and, like nuts, tits, and it's my episode the guy.
What's your answer, Rachel?
We're not thinking of nuts, but what's your answer?
No idea. Sorry. Kick me out.
Well, Rachel, I'm gonna have to give it to you because
she
you were
didn't.
there. She didn't get it, but it's not nuts, it's nut.
Oh, well,
Nut
okay,
sack, nut bush, and Nutella. Well done, Rachel.
I like how you just discounted you straight away. Nah, you got the right answer, but no, it's fine.
Oh my God, brilliant.
Rachel, you could win at
Danny's alphabet challenge.
Okay, so it's
Oh.
2 to Jake, 1 to Rachel, 0 James. Come on, James. Right. Question number 4. What G are you said to have the gift of if you've kissed? I think that was Jake.
Was it?
Gab?
I must have a delay here. I was definitely first.
I don't think you were, James. I think it was Jake.
Was that
And it
right?
is the correct answer.
Gift of the
I was just about to say if you've kissed the Blarney Stone. So well done, Jake. You are now 3 points. Rachel 1. And James, you have 0. But I don't think you're going to win at
Danny's alphabet challenge.
X.
So
Oh God.
here's the next one. Question number 5. Come on, James. See if you can get at least one. What E are the irritating little furry creatures that live on the emerald moon of Endor? That was Jake.
Ewoks.
Is the correct answer. Well done, Jake. You have got 4 points and you have won
Danny's alphabet challenge.
Rachel, you did well with 1, and James, I'm so sorry, but you got 0. But I did have a tiebreaker question, and I will give 3 points.
Oh, okay.
To whoever gets it
Oh.
first. Okay? 3 points up for grabs here. Using each of the letters in today's alphabet challenge and in the order of how they were played. What word is spelt? That was James.
Minge.
That is not fair.
I literally was writing it down as well.
It is indeed minge, which means no, Jake, you've still won because you got 4.
Yeah.
So James, you were beaten with you've got 3, and Rachel, you had 1.
Now, what happened if I had got that?
You would have won.
Mm-hmm.
No,
No, it
you
would have been a
didn't.
draw.
We would have been a draw.
Oh, it would have been a draw, and I would have had to have done another question. But don't worry, maybe you'll see a return of
Danny's alphabet challenge.
If you enjoyed Danny's alphabet challenge, give us a comment, let us know, or drop us a DM or a comment on our Insta or TikTok or Facebook, and let us know. And I'll see you soon.
Tell the truth and shame the devil. It's time for Confessionals. If you've got any bizarre stories that you'd like to send in, please hit us up on Instagram and DM us at podcast.meetinthemiddle or email us meet@inthemiddlepodcast.co.uk. Right, the first one I have you ever had one of those days where you just don't want to get out of bed and you just want to jump back into a dream? Well,
Yes.
I once missed a whole day of work because I stayed in bed trying to finish a dream I was having where there was a small chance I was going to shag someone. That's how frequently I have sex. I have had, well, not the sex bit, but I have had dreams where I've woken up to go to the toilet and you're like, I want to go back into that one. And have you ever actually gone straight back into it?
No.
So not straight, yeah.
I have.
I get more frustrated though when you're like, I've got to complete this dream. You get back into bed and you go, what was it?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's gone. It's gone.
Yeah. Or you wake up and you have a dream and you're like, oh, I have to tell such a person that later. And later on in the day, it's completely gone.
Yeah, completely.
And you normally, like, I normally dream and then wake up, and if I fall back to sleep, I totally forget about it. Yeah. Do you forget that?
It's worse when you've had a dream that you've had an argument with someone, so you wake up and you're raging with them, but you don't know why. I've had that before.
I've been on the receiving end of that, where people are annoyed at me because I've done something in their dream.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what's that? What's he confessing?
I think he's confessing that he doesn't have sex that often, and the only chance he had was in a dream.
And he missed the whole days of work. That
by the sound of it.
Just for that.
Yeah. There's other ways. There's other ways of sorting that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he has a few socks missing.
Yeah, I think he needs to go and get some real sex.
Right. The next one I have. Does anyone have a weird neighbour and you just wonder sometimes about people what goes on behind closed doors?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I crouch down and fart on my elderly cat. Sometimes it smells or sounds so bad that it wakes her up, and sometimes she keeps sleeping.
That's wrong.
Yeah,
that's awful.
Your cat.
Fart on an elderly cat. An OAP of cats.
This cat isn't the one that's done a runner, is it, from its owners?
That's what it probably is, yeah.
That's actually animal cruelty.
Well, this just reminds me of Friends.
You can
Smelly
kill a cat with a fart.
Smelly cat.
Yeah, you're a cow.
Why are you farting on me? Smelly cat.
It's whenever if you've done a big fart and you're next to the dog, I've done it before, and Baxter just turns around and then smells his own arse, thinking it's him.
That is a confession. Sorry, son.
He's like, I can just picture the ears going up. No, that can't be me.
And it's the look of startle was this so.
I wasn't eating fish tuna wraps.
I can't believe someone would do that.
No, don't fart on your cat.
No, don't, please. We don't.
Why would you do that?
Brilliant.
Maybe he's got that fart fetish. Going on about my what the fuck?
Just imagine how startled the cat would be waking up to just a. And they're just looking around.
And then stink the rest of the day.
I hope they didn't suffer with IBS as well.
Oh no.
Shit
Right,
particles all over.
Yeah.
I've got one more to take us out. I went to a COE primary school, and for an assembly one day, a pupil in my class was tasked with leading the school in saying the Lord's Prayer. She wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer, and for some reason thought name in the second line was a placeholder cue. So she sang, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy Catherine. Think of those
was in place.
Yeah, like insert name here. Hallowed be thy Catherine.
I've when I used to go to a CV school as well, and people used to go rogue when it was the Lord's Prayer, but not quite like the placeholder stuff. But there was some stuff that came out in that Lord's Prayer that wasn't meant to be in it. But that's what happens when you put a load of teenagers in charge of the Lord's Prayer.
When I was in secondary school, we all had to take turns reading out stories in English, or like say 3 paragraphs each. And one guy read out like gasp and like G. He read it out as Gee. And in Dublin, Gee means like Danny always references minge. So he just in the middle of it, and his voice broke as well when he said it. So he's like, gasp, Gee. The whole class erupted.
Gasp, minge.
Yeah, literally.
I hated that bit.
Huh?
I hated that bit in school when it used to have to read a bit out and the pressure was then on
In
you.
English.
Oh, who's reading the next page? No, it's even worse with Shakespeare. And then someone would read out the stage instructions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have to read out in Irish too.
Oh,
What?
We have to read out in Irish. Yeah, well, for Irish class, we'd have to read out short stories in Irish.
yeah.
Speaking of the Lord's Prayer, like, depending on what side of the community you're from up here, there's 2 different Lord's Prayers.
Is there?
Yeah. Well, there's a long version and a short version.
Hallowed be
tend
thy
to do-
Rachel. Is that the other version?
Protestants tend to do the long version, and when you're in a chapel, you have to stop yourself to make sure you don't say, you don't say or you'll be caught out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right, well, that's all of my confessions for this week. And that's an end of this week's episode. Stay tuned for next week. We might have a little surprise up our sleeve for next week, so definitely don't miss that one. Right, well, that's it out for this week. Thanks for listening and watching.
Thank you.
See you next week.
Right.
Bye. Thanks for watching this episode of Meet in the Middle.
If you enjoyed this episode, why not check out the others?
And see that subscribe button? Hit it. Hit it.
And while you're there, hit that bell notification and drop us a like. We'll see you next time.